Hi, my name is Jeanette and I want to thank you for joining me on the channel Jane Reads. So today we're moving on to Bookmas Day 14. I want to thank you for joining me on these videos. I'm having fun and I hope you're enjoying watching. If you haven't seen any of my Bookmas videos, the playlist will be linked below. And in day 1 it talks about these envelopes and kind of how I got them and what's going on. So let's just get right into it. I'm a little nervous because on the back it says morning, which meant I had to open it in the morning. I couldn't film this video at night, which makes me think it's going to be like something that's going to take me a day to do or some time to do. So let's just get right into it. Yeah. Okay, it says vlog. What is Jane Reads up to today? Vlog for us. Oh boy. I kind of expected this was going to happen. So, thankfully today is a little bit more busier, planned more than most days, typical days. So once my husband gets home from work today, we are going to go shopping to get some stuff. Other than just be at home. So that's what I mean, a little bit busier. So I finished a book last night and I didn't really enjoy the book as much as I kind of expected to or hoped to. So I'm not sure what I want to read next. The next book on my list, if I go by the order that I picked the books in my December TBR, the next book would be Love Finds You in Frost, Minnesota. But I don't really know anything about this book, and I have to say I'm not overly excited to read this book. And I guess because I don't know anything about it, and it's snow, and I'm just not feeling the snow winter vibes at the moment. Thankfully, at the moment, we do not have snow. We've had snow, it's melted. We had snow, and it melted. And the snow we got, I did not expect it to melt when it did. I thought, oh great, winter's here to stay. And then it's warmed up and it's melted and we've had rain and it's just... So, at the moment we don't have snow. So I don't want to read a book with snow, encouraging it to come. I don't have that much control over the weather. Me reading a book is not even going to encourage the snow. But just the thought of that. I also, because I don't know anything about this book, and I just finished a book that didn't really enjoy, I kind of really want to enjoy my next read. It doesn't mean I won't enjoy it, but I just don't know. So I have this book, or I have Nichols, which is on my Kindle, which is also a contemporary romance. And it is a reread for me, and I really enjoyed it the first time, so I'm kind of like, I would like to reread it to see will I enjoy it again. Then left on my list is the BFF pick, which was Savoring Christmas by Shanna Hatfield. I'm so excited to read this one, but again, it's a wintry cover. I mean, it's totally Christmas set, so it would totally get me in the mood, hopefully. And so there's that one, which is also a contemporary romance. And then I have Handcrafted by Clint Harp, which is a biography. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take some inspiration from Chantel Reads All Day, and a couple videos I've watched where she's choosing her next book. She just assigns each book a number and uses a random number generator to choose that book. So that's what I'm gonna do. So book number 1 is gonna be Love Finds You in Frost, Minnesota. Book number 2 is going to be Nichols. Book number 3 is going to be Savoring Christmas. And book number 4 is going to be Handcrafted. So I'm going to bring up the number generator and put 1 to 4. And then I am going to generate. Ready? Did I press it? So it came up with number 2. And number 2 is Nichols by Karen Bainey. Okay, so that is the one I'm going to read, and I will start that at some point today, and then as part of this vlog, I will check in and kind of share my thoughts as I go. Until then, what am I going to do? What am I going to do today until Andrew gets home? What else do I want to get done today? I need to get our Christmas gift done for my brother's kids, so for our 2 nieces and nephew. We're doing a gift certificate thing, so I'm hoping, I just have to finalize the gift certificate, like designing the gift certificate, and I'm hoping to find some sort of little something, I'm not sure what yet, that I can stick in the package and then get that off into the mail to them. So I gotta get that done today. My nails actually look pretty good from far away. But I do hope to redo my nails today because they are getting kind of chipped, even though they look great. So I do hope to do that, but I won't do that till later today, probably tonight. Katie from Paperbacks and Ponytails is having a reading sprint tonight, so I'm planning on joining in on that, and maybe I'll do my nails during that. Because if I'm reading on my Kindle, ooh, there's another advantage. I'm reading on my Kindle, so my nails won't be so much of an issue as they're drying, rather than trying to hold a physical book. Okay, so that worked out. So I gotta do that and that. What else do I gonna do today? I want to film a clip of my thoughts on the book that I finished last night, because I'm going to try, I did this when I first started BookTube, and then I started doing monthly wrap-up videos where I talk about all the books in one sitting. And either I don't remember, can't get my thoughts in order enough, or just get, I don't know, overwhelmed. So I'm trying to film clips of my thoughts of the book after I finish it to compile them together for that monthly wrap-up video. So I do need to film that clip today. So I will do that. Don't have a very exciting day planned. Yeah. I'm also working on like kind of figuring out my reading journal and reading goals for next year. So I'm working on a TBR bingo board. I want to get 2 of them this year. And I really would like, I have a lot of books on my shelf that I had read at one point, but they're not on Goodreads. So I'd like to kind of read them, get them on Goodreads, and decide, am I interested in keeping them or not? Kind of my biggest is, I'm going to move you here. My John Grisham collection. Like that whole shelf there is John Grisham books. I'm undecided about my John Grisham collection because I've read a couple this year and kind of wasn't overly impressed with some of them. But I have 25 of them, 24, I don't know, 25, something like that. And I'm like, the thought of getting rid of all of them when it's been forever, like, I don't know. I mean, I enjoyed them at some point, right? Because I collected them and I've read all of them. But it's been so long that I don't know if I want to keep them or not. So I think one of my goals for next year is going to be putting 3 of them on my TBR bingo board to read for next year and then kind of make a decision of whether. Now, there are 2 that I definitely want to reread for sure. So it's figuring out what that 3rd book is going to be. So I'm kind of trying to figure out how I want to do that. I did put all my books that I own that I want to reread, that I've never rated on Goodreads. I have put them into a TBR wheel, like a wheel generator thing, and then I just randomly spun and kind of, I thought, oh, that would randomly choose my books. But then a lot of the same books were coming up, or the same author, because I have a lot of repeat authors. I mean, I have, I don't know. So I have like 25 Terry Blackstock books. I have 10 Robert Whitlow books. I have 10 Randy Singer books. 7, 8, no, maybe 10 D. Henderson books. So it's kind of like there's a lot of repeat authors, and then of course the 25 John Grisham books. So I'm kind of like, how do I want to do that? If there's 24 books on the bingo board, and I would like to kind of, I don't want all the same author, and so I'd like kind of split it up a bit. So I'm kind of planning that out and thinking about how I want to do that. Do I do 3 books per author and that's it? Or I don't know. So I'm going to kind of, I'm still mulling that around. I have lots of time because we still have a few weeks till the end of the year. And yeah, so that's kind of the thinking process that's going in today. And yeah, I don't have a whole lot planned. So I'll check in later when something else happens or I make a decision of doing something. Okay, so I am just checking in. I am working on making my lunch. I'm going to, that didn't work at all. Not at all. I am going to have grilled cheese for lunch because that is kind of my go-to simple lunch when we don't really, I don't really have anything else, or I'm just hungry because it's already 1:45 and I ate at 9 o'clock this morning, 8:30 this morning, I don't know, sometime this morning. And yeah, I just want something quick and I don't want to eat the leftovers in the fridge because that's supper, either tonight or tomorrow night, I'm not sure. Depends what happens with shopping, whether we get supper out or not. Not sure. Depends how long we're out, right? So yeah, I'm just waiting for the pan to heat up and then I'm going to make grilled cheese and eat some lunch, and probably either I'll watch some YouTube while I eat or I'll watch an episode of MASH. We'll see. Okay, Andrew, so what's the plan for this afternoon?
Well, I was told we're going to go shopping, Christmas shopping for my wife.
Looking for stuff for me.
That sounds like a great idea. Why not?
Are you looking for anything yourself?
No, I've already bought something for myself. It's my most expensive fish sitting in the aquarium.
Yeah, maybe I should show you the aquarium when we get home. Remind me to do that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So we just stopped at a thrift store and I was in one section looking at the books and Andrew was looking another spot and he's like, D. Henderson, is that something you would be interested in? And I said, yeah, why? And it was this book, Jennifer. It is part of the O'Malley series, and this is the one O'Malley book that I don't have. And like, it's $2. Like, that's awesome. So Andrew gets the credit for finding this.
Well, thank you. See, I look after you. Look out for you once in a while, eh? Sure, why not?
Okay, so here is one of our aquariums. This is in our dining room, and Andrew is going to tell you about the fish.
Okay, the orange one that you see in the cave there is my most expensive fish ever bought, and that was a surprise to my wife, the price. So we just decided to, hey, that's an early Christmas present. And the other fish in there...
What is the orange fish?
The orange fish is a red spotted sebrum. And the other fish is, there's an albino pleco in there, and the others are, the bottom fish are different types of catfish. And in the back, you can't really see, is a firemouth cichlid. And
Is he the one that's under the cave right now?
yes, he is, yeah. He's in the cave now until he gets kicked out.
He just got kicked out.
The catfish will kick him out, yes. There you go.
Okay, then he has a little beta. I think, right?
Mm-hmm. In the bowl, yeah. It's hiding near the back.
Yeah, I see him. So that is our one tank, which we refer to as the aggressive tank.
Semi-aggressive fish, yes.
So semi-aggressive, okay? Then we have our main tank in the living room, which we'll go to. So this is our community tank. This is where the angels are. That's about the fish I know.
There's 2 or 3 different types of tetras in there. There's a red-tailed shark. There's about 3 or 4 different kinds of catfish, but the catfish pretty much hide. But in general, that's about it. It's mainly an angel and tetra tank.
Yeah, so these are really Andrew's tanks. He does it. Kind of the joke is this one is my tank, the other one is his tank, but they're really both his tanks. But yeah, that is one of his hobbies, obsessions, however you want to say it. Okay, so we are home now, and I just put a sweater on because I was cold. I probably should have put a sweater on before we went out because I didn't want to wear my big winter coat because it was 6 degrees out. And yeah, but whatever. I was fine. And so we got some stuff that we needed, and Andrew was able to find a Christmas present for me, so that's all good. And I do plan on placing a book outlet order tonight because I just saw that they added a few books that I really want. So I'm going to sit down and look at that a little bit later. But right now, I am watching Katie from Paperbacks and Ponytails do the reading sprints, and I was on the phone with my mom during the first sprint, but now she's on the second sprint, so I'm going to start reading for a little bit. I have just started the book, Nichols. I don't really have much to say yet because, as I said, I just started it. I try not to read during the day. Sometimes I just don't care, and I'm going to. But no, I was good today and got some stuff done. Went out with Andrew, got some other stuff done, and now we're home and Andrew's gone to bed. So I will read and enjoy more my time. I am a night owl, so I get much more done in the evening. So once this sprint is over, I will look at the book outlet order. I will finish the gifts for our nieces and nephew, and I will I think I'll show you kind of what we're looking at, even if it's just like a screen on the computer. I will show you. So let's flip you around and join Katie. Hello there. So watching, and there's our tree. I'm so in love with the tree. I am just so in love with the tree. Yep, but yeah. Yeah. The ceiling on our basement is not done. So every once in a while you'll see that. But the rest of our basement is finished. So yeah. So let's read. Okay, so this is the gift certificate that I have designed for our nieces and nephews. We are paying for them to have a day of snow tubing. And so I just used Canva to put this together, and I think it's really cute personally. I was inspired by designs I saw on Pinterest. I did not come up with it on my own. And yeah, so we picked up these cards, so they're like money holder cards. So we're gonna put it just inside there and then get it sent off in the mail to them, and they can go snow tubing, and I don't have to deal with the cold. Their mother was going to take them, and she volunteered. I mean, it was her idea that this event we cover the cost for. So yeah. So that's our Christmas gift to our 2 nieces and our nephew. Okay, so I haven't been the best at vlogging. I either just don't forget or I get distracted and end up doing other things, and yeah, my day does not go as planned. I talked to my mom on the phone tonight, then I took part in Katie from Paperbacks and Ponytails, her reading sprints, and then I talked to my BFF on the phone for a while. So now I finally read chapter 1 of my book, chapter 1. And I remember why I like this book. This character, Nikki, is just so entertaining and sarcastic and just, yeah, I really like her. She is a software engineer, so she does coding for a job, and her roommate is trying to set her up on a date, and kind of pretends to be her on a phone call the day before the date, and then when Nikki gets to the restaurant to have this date with this guy, turns out he's an accountant, and she's kind of not really looking for a guy, period, never mind an accountant. And they get talking, and it's like, you seem so different from our conversation last night. And she's like, what conversation last night? So she gives the date her roommate's name and number and say, hey, you guys would be perfect, call each other, and then she leaves the date. So then she arrives back at the apartment, and the roommate's all mad at her, like, what did you do? And it ends with, nothing. I'm innocent. Now that's just chapter 1. So we're just getting a very brief glimpse of Nikki and her, yeah, I don't know, her attitude, her personality, and I mean, it's still really early. So, but now it is late. Like, I mean, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. So it is time for me to say goodnight. And hopefully I will be able to have a more productive reading day tomorrow. But that's okay. I've had a good day with kind of not a whole lot to share because I did not take video in the stores. However, I do want to say Wednesday afternoon, evening shopping, the stores were awesome. Like, we went into 2 different stores and we were the only customers in that store, in both of those stores. We went into others and there was more, but I mean, like, it was so not what I expected for December shopping. But yeah, timing was perfect. But yeah, so it's been a pretty good day. I got kind of done what I really wanted to get done. However, I didn't do my nails. So, I mean, as I said, they look good, just don't look really close. So that is probably going to be on the agenda for tomorrow because they're bugging me and they need to be done. But I want to read at least 1 more chapter before I go to bed, so I'm going to do that, but I'm going to sign off now. So have a good night, or morning, or day, kind of whenever you're watching this. Hope you're doing well. And thank you for taking the time to watch, and I will see you again tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.